It's foamy, it has a metric ton of flavour, it's loaded to the gunnels. Today we're drinking Disco Forklift Truck. Hi guys, it's Jim here from Dr. Tankenstein with another episode of Beers of the British Isles. On today's episode, we're drinking the painfully named Disco Forklift Truck. And this is brought to you by Drygate Brewing. So, Disco Forklift Truck is 5.1% mango pale ale. And in answer to all your questions, I can hear all 6 people, we got another viewer, screaming out, does it have mango juice in it? Yes, it does. It's a mango pale ale with the mango in it. Now, you may have guessed, I'm not a huge fan of the name of this beer. I feel like it's that guy a little bit. But that is the reason I picked it up. So, you know, as things tend to do, maybe that was a blessing in disguise. So, Disco Forklift Truck. It's a 5.1% mango pale ale. As I said, I have no IBU information on this beer except that it has a rounded, lingering bitterness. So, I mean, it's a mango pale ale. It's probably not too bitter, 5.1%. Maybe in the 40 IBUs might be a good place to put this. I don't know. I'm not the brewer. Bringing that bitterness, whatever it may be, is Cascade, Ekuanot, and Azaca. Not a hop we hear of all that often, but I think it's kind of in a similar vein to Ekuanot. It's kind of that tropical sort of peachy, pineapple-y, resiny kind of hop. It's a bit more old school, I think, than Ekuanot. Certainly, well, I don't know, because you always tend to think things are old school if you heard of them a long time ago and not if you heard of them recently. Maybe I've just heard of Ekuanot more recently. Who knows? The grain bill, the malt bill in this is simply pale malt and carapils. So I mentioned earlier that this beer is foamy, self-proclaimed foamy. Carapils is a grain, or a type of malt, should I say, a type of crystal malt that people add to grists to make the beer more foamy. It's kind of come under a bit of scrutiny recently. I have a video that I did way earlier back in the day, which is a beer foam experiment where I basically lined up a lot of different foams, where I lined up a lot of different grains to see which one gave me the best head. And carapils, despite people adding it to beers to provide body and head retention, it kind of doesn't seem to do that. It kind of tends to ruin the head from my experience. So I'll look forward to seeing how that plays out, how the carapils presents itself in this particular beer. If you want to read more about that, look for a guy called Charlie Bamforth. He has a lot of information on foam out there. What am I expecting? What am I expecting from Disco Forklift Truck? Well, it's a cool can, it's a mango pale ale. I'm expecting a very tasty beer, to be honest. I don't have a clue about Drygate Brewery, but I imagine they're going to do this thing proud. So, mango juice in there, it's clearly going to be flavorful, there's going to be a lot of residual sweetness. I don't know what the IBUs are, but you'd be missing a trick if this wasn't a touch on the sweet side with that nice bitter edge and all those delicious peachy, mango-y, pineapple-y hop flavors coming through. But let's get in there and find out. We're in the glass, we're nice and cold. We're actually fairly clear. So the malt bill was just pale malt and carapils, and it's kind of come out fairly clear. It's clouding up a little bit there now. Maybe that's just carbonation though. The head did pour fine, but it is loosening up now. Is it my glass? Is it Carapils? Is this a conspiracy theory? Am I trying to ruin the good reputation of a good grain, a stalwart grain? Who knows? Maybe I am. Right, so let's dive in there with the aroma. It's some mango juice in it, don't forget. Now this might surprise you. It smells like a mango. It smells like a mango that's semi-ripe. So it doesn't smell like juice, if that makes sense. It's kind of like, it's fruity. It kind of smells sort of alive and fresh and tasty, you know? Interesting. That's basically all I'm getting. So let's go a little bit further and find out what we got on the mouth. Interesting. This isn't what I was dead wrong. This isn't what I was expecting at all. I mean, it is a pale ale. You know, it's certainly not an IPA. It has got that nice rounded bitterness to it. It's very, very mango forward. Now, of course, there is mango in it. I said juice earlier. Maybe I misspoke. I'll check up on that and put it in the notes. Maybe if anybody reads those things. But yeah, the mango is very forward. The bitterness is there, but it's kind of playing second fiddle to that mango. Yeah, that's dead interesting, that. Not what I was expecting at all. So I was expecting kind of a bit of a sweet, sickly, thick thing. This is actually fresh, nice and fresh and fruity, and yeah, nicely bittered, like I say, but definitely not what you get with other pale ales. So the hop in this, so I've mentioned the bitterness. The grain bill's staying completely out of the way. Other than that little whiff of foam we saw from the Carapils earlier, the grain bill's staying absolutely out of the way on this. The hops are providing kind of a nice, almost chorus behind that mango. So there's a little bit of peach in there. There's a touch of lemon in there, which kind of exacerbates that fresh mango flavor. Yeah, all in all, very surprised with this. Okay, so the brewers behind this fruity fresh beer are Drygate Brewery from Glasgow. I certainly am not going to try and do the accent. If you know anything about Glasgow, you know that's probably not a good thing to do. So 2014 in Glasgow, their address is 85 Drygate, which is why they named the beer this. They seem to be kind of having fun with this thing. They've clearly opened this brewery in the heart of the suburbs of Glasgow. I'm not sure where. The building is an old box factory, and it looks really cool. Like if you look online, you look at pictures of it, it looks like a really cool building. So they have done it up, but they've also preserved a lot of the history of it. So like there's sort of like paint stains on the floor that they haven't moved and stuff as an homage rather than just being lazy, because it's clear they haven't been lazy with it. It's kind of like this building has history, and in fact, even to honor the building that they're in, their logo is this kind of seven peak thing. It kind of, at first I thought it was a wave or something, but that's actually the seven peaks of the building that they're in. So they clearly love where they are and where they're coming from. They have a lot of integration with local artists and food vendors and things like that. They seem like they're really, really taking this Glasgow thing to heart, whilst not taking themselves too seriously. So, I mean, the name Disco Forklift Truck, I have no idea why they picked that name. It's difficult to say. It kind of makes my eyes roll a little bit, but they're having fun with it. They're having fun. If you read the back of this can, back up, this forklift truck is about to drop a metric ton of flavor from palate to palate. They seem to be really having fun with it, and I, for one, commend a brewery on the beer scene today who are having fun. Okay, what do we got then? Let's sum this up. We know that Drygate can name a beer, but can they brew one? Let's find out. So initially, the color's great. I mean, this is a mango pale ale, and I'm kind of opening up to these mango pineapple pale ales that have the fruit in them. I used to be a little bit of a hop snob with this respect, but this is good. I mean, it has the mango in it. The color is lovely. It started out clear. It seems to have clouded up a little bit. Maybe I disturbed some sediments in the bottom of the can there or something. But nevertheless, it's a very attractive beer despite the lack of head on it. The aroma, like I say, it's so fresh. It's very strange. Like this. I mean, I've said it before, this is not what I was expecting to come out of this can. I was expecting a little bit of a cloying mango mess. But this is actually very fresh and very drinkable. So the aroma is basically mango. And if you sniff it, like it smells like a mango. Not really a lot else to the aroma, except there is a kind of a sweet note, which maybe the malt, it may just be more of that mango. Yeah, very nicely bittered. I think that the bitterness is there to disguise any sweetness in the beer. So the bitterness works really well with the mango because it brings that freshness that I've been talking about. It's kind of like the bitterness sticks to your tongue, the mango kind of rises up into your upper palate. I don't know, I'm trying to make a metaphor there. But the mango flavor is very fresh. The bitterness is there, but it stays out of the way. The malt bill stays completely out of the way. The mango is very upfront, but if and when you drink this, and I suggest that you do drink this, look out for those very subtle flavors that the hops are providing. I don't know how many hops are in this. I don't know what the IBU is like, but I'm guessing that they've gone light on hops, which is unusual today, but it's really working for them. And I think it's making actually somewhat of a unique fruited pale ale. I've had many a mango pale ales. This is different from them all in that it's very fresh, it's very tasty. Like I said, it tastes alive, and this is not this is a can of beer I picked up from Morrison's. It's not fresh from the source, yet you could be mistaken into believing that. So guys, definitely get down to Morrison's, to the brewery themselves, to anywhere that sells this stuff, and grab yourselves a Disco Forklift Truck. This is going to be perfect for a summer's day. To be honest, I could see myself drinking a pint of this. It comes in a small can. It's only 5.1%. I could see myself drinking a pint of this and maybe even another half after that. It's very nice. It's very interesting, very fresh and tasty. Whilst I'm drinking my second half pint of this, I'm going to put on High Voltage by Electric Six, because the can is kind of psychedelic. That beer just seems to fit this song perfectly well. It doesn't take itself too seriously, yet it's still very good. Guys, I'm not going to suggest you go out there and find a different mango IPA. Mango pale ale. I suggest you find this one and let me know what you think. So, cheers guys.
you.